morning, everybody. Welcome to Britches Get Stitches. My name's Tasha. Sorry for the glare. I've got like all computers because I'm working from home. And I am coming to you with a weekly vlog of what I'm up to. So we're going to get some stitching done this week. I'm hoping to get some sewing done this week. I also want to get some writing done on my book this week. So yeah, just kind of cross your fingers that all the cards play out correctly because I've got a lot to do and only a week to do it. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Again, my name is Tasha. I cross stitch, knit, crochet, sew, journal, all the things. And this is my little corner where I get to share that. So thanks for stumbling along. Those of you that are coming back, hey guys, welcome back for another week. So I have a lot on my plans this week, like a lot that needs to get done. I'm behind on Wizard of Oz, which of course it's like the 6th day into the year, so yay. According to my 350 stitches a day schedule, to get caught up with that, I need to do 2,100 stitches today. But to just get myself back on schedule, if I just up my 350 to 354 stitches a day, then I'm still going to average out to the same like ending timeline that I was at. So yeah, I guess I've got a formula set up in Excel that like as I stitch, like if I stitch more, like if I stitch 500 in a day, that'll take my like total needed down, etc. and it'll just average it out for me. So right now my 350 a day has gone to 355 or 54 a day. So that's just my aim for today. So I need to get 354 stitches in Wizard of Oz. I need to get 250 stitches into Woman in a Field of Flowers. I need to get 500 stitches into Forevermore. That was my comment, collaborate, and stitch in from last week. I need to get 100 into Book Dragon for BRRINGO. The Forevermore also includes 2 BRRINGO calls, so that's good. I need to get 100 into Silver Bells for BRRINGO. And then I've got my ornaments bag. I got to get 100 into the penguin ornament. I need to update my Stitcher's journal. I need to get 190 into Victorian Mourning tree, and then I need to pull out KitchenAid for BRRINGO and get 100 into that. So is it all gonna happen today? No. Am I gonna sure try? Yes. So we'll see. Check in with me later. Hello. So just a quick little update because I've been watching some of the musicals for the Fandom Musical Challenge. You gotta watch musicals and stitch while you watch. So I got through Les Mis, and which I bawled my eyes out, so don't try to stitch while watching that. And then Singing in the Rain. And I was able to get I got 200 stitches in Silver Bells because I went ahead and I was like, okay, well, I'm only supposed to get 100, but I could use it for a challenge. So I went ahead and used it for a prompt, and I did 200. And so when when you guys last saw it, it had ER bells. So I finished the Silv. So finished out the, well, didn't quite finish out the letters. I still have like a little loop-de-loop right there. But that is on its way. So I did that one. I did get quite a few stitches. I worked a little bit this morning before work started and stuff. So this is the Victorian Mourning tree, and this one I needed 190 stitches, and I went ahead and just used it for a couple challenges, and so I ended up getting about 1,000 stitches on it on this one. So I basically all of the white. I think I had like a little bit of white over here last time, and I was like, I'm just gonna dive right into that. And I'm somehow off over here, like this, I don't know, the numbers, like this adds up, the distance here adds up, but, and like in here is measured correctly, but for some reason this one only had 4, and I was like, well, I have no clue. So I just added another column, so we'll see. Maybe it'll find its way out. So that one is going away for a little bit. And then I pulled out Book Dragon, and worked on that one, and I primarily did... Hi, Dwight. You make it? Are you good? You secure? All set? No. Stay up there. Stay up there. Worked on the green here. So I got most of the green on this book pulled in. So I did all of the 890, and I started on the 333, 45 over here. And yeah, he's looking good. So that's what I got on those. So now I've got to pull out Forevermore and my penguin ornament and Wizard of Oz and Woman of Field Flowers. A lot of them. Let's see. Getting ready to start on the little penguin ornament, and this is where we're starting at. So I wanted to finish a couple colors, so I ended up doing 117 stitches total. Got the red hat and all the yellow in, so looks good. Hello. So it's been a couple days because it's just been a busy week because it's like my birthday week, so Brian plans things throughout the week, so it's just been kind of all over the place. So I've been stitching as I can, and I wanted to show you some of the progress I did. So I made it this far on Forevermore. I'll put a picture here. This is where I started, so you can see that I've done pretty much all of like this wing right here for the swan. So, and I think this is one of the pieces I'll take with me to stitch away and see if I can get some really good progress on it. That would be nice. And then I also pulled out Woman in a Field of Flowers, and again, here's a picture of where I was when I started this. So you can see I did all of this light yellow, which is DMC 10. About 334 stitches on that one. This one I think I ended up getting right at the 500, maybe 530 or something like that. I'm not sure. And then I also was able to pull out my No Time Like the Present, and good morning, Dwight. Another picture of where I was. So you can see I just did purple and I brought that all the way down, and now I'm not at the bottom because this has to come down and around, but I'm pretty close. This is another one that's really easy to work on just out and about, so I may take this with me. I really like this Osnagard fabric. It's just easy to work with at like out and about places, so I might just take that with me. And then I wanted to show you that yesterday I was able to pull out my Peacock Manor and get that started for my blessing sampler. So because this one is a working copy of my magazine, I can probably take that one with me to stitch away as well. So there right there is 3 that I could take. I was not able to work on Wizard of Oz at all, but it is sitting here waiting and ready, and I might have some time today to do that, so we shall see. Hello everyone. Okay, so here's the final update for this week. So today's January 11th. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. If you are taking part in my birthday sal, it would be wonderful if you wanted to go over on Instagram, and it's like month long, like anytime during the month. I've got a post up about it, but I'm doing the hashtag #BoldlyYou B-Day Sal, and that essentially is just like, you guys are my community, you made me the stitcher that I am, the person that I am, and so I kind of want to celebrate that aspect of it. So just post a photo of a whip that you're working on, or that you have, or that you want to have, that represents you as a stitcher. And so there's 3 things that represent me as a stitcher. The first one is sentimentality. I tend to stitch on a lot of sentimental pieces, things that are for me, for my daughter, for my husband, that just represent a really important part of my life, something like that. I also stitch on a lot of book related things because I love to read. There's a huge bookshelf behind you guys. Like, it's a part of my identity, and it's a part of who I am, and I bring that into a lot of my stitching as well. And then the third one is stitch-alongs, because I love to do stitch-alongs because they're with other people. So I tend to jump in on those, and so that's another aspect of just everything that I stitch, or a large portion of what I stitch is a stitch along with somebody else. So that would be something that I would post up. So yeah, if you want to, go ahead and throw over there a photo with that hashtag, maybe tag me, whatever you want. So it'd be great to see some people throwing those up. So, but anyway, January 11th, today, end of the day, end of the week. It's Sunday, and tomorrow I go to Stitch Away. I'm so excited for Stitch Away. Woohoo! And so I've been a little busy this weekend. I started sewing up some of my basic book sleeves, because these I need to have them ready for the craft fair at the end of February. So I need to make about 100 of them, just to have them ready, because I don't really know exactly what I'm looking at as far as like sales, because I've never done a craft fair before. So we shall see. So I've got about 5 of those done. I've got a stack of coordinating fabric over here. Let me see if I can turn you without too much hassle. So I've got all of these laid out in like matching pairs, things that I think would go really well together. So that's my set. The cutting takes longer than the actual sewing. So I can sew one up in about 20 minutes, but it takes me, it took about an hour and a half or so to cut 12 sets of them. So oh, if you like this lovely artwork by my daughter, this is me with my long hair. What else did I do? This week I also went ahead and started on, let me throw that over there. I started the Peacock Manor blessing sampler that Seattle Stitcher and Slow Snail Stitching, Cross Stitch Couture, Thread Gremlins, I'm sure I'm missing some more people. They all started that together and I kind of jumped in on them. So I've got that started. This is on a Color and Cotton 28 count Palomino, and that's where I'm at. So I made it all the way across and started down the side over here. So this is going to come with me to Stitch Away. Then that was all like the stitching that I did this weekend, because we went to dinner, and I had friends over, or Brian surprised me with some friends over on Friday night, and been sewing up the bags, cutting those, trying to get those ready. So not a lot of stitching this weekend, but that's okay, because next week's gonna be all stitching. But I went ahead and spun for my next Stitcher's Dream House, because I did finish the stitching for Sarah, and I spun Spencer. And Spencer is, I have her in the kitchen. So I don't know if I've shown you my map, but here's my full map. So Sarah was in the sitting room. So of course I just walked right in from the foyer to the sitting room, and Spencer's in the kitchen. So I'm just going right next door, so I don't have to do stitching to get to her. She's just right there. So I did that one, and then I spun for Sarah's project, or sorry, for Spencer's project. And that landed on Put a Bird on It. So then I spun for the stitches that I'm going to do, and landed on 250 stitches. So I've got 250 stitches in Put a Bird on It to do. And then I went over to my last week's Flosstube, and thank you guys so much for commenting on there. There's so much on there now. I love it. It's a lot of fun to see. And if I can find the page I've got it on, I need to put like bookmarks in these so that oh, there it is. So I can remember where each page is. So last week was Forevermore, and I did 500 stitches on that. My backup project was Victorian Mourning Tree, and I did 190 stitches on that. So week 2, I put everybody's votes in order into my spin wheel. Like I didn't want to have all of the Put a Bird on It grouped and then the next one grouped and grouped. So I put them in order of where you voted for them. And here's a spin. Put a bird on it, yay! And I calculated, or I counted all of the comments, and that's all comments, not just comments that voted, it's all comments. And there were 13 comments, so I'm going to attempt, because it's a good week, I'm going to attempt to get 1,300 stitches on it. If that number starts getting too high, I'm gonna have to go back to like, okay, 1,300 maybe times 50 stitches or something. I'm not sure, I'll have to figure it out, but I think I can get it this week. And then there were 26 likes on it. So I am going to be using this Peacock Manor as my backup stitch, my backup choice or secondary comment, collaborate, and stitch in piece. And so I'm going to do 260 stitches on that one. So those are hopefully what I'm going to get to this coming week. I do need to pull out Wizard of Oz, so that's going to be a focus this week because I want to kind of plow my way through the Whipagories, and then the magazine monthly challenge is also on there. I need to write out what this week's weeklies are to get those going. And then I also want to use Wizard of Oz for quite a good chunk of these monthlies from Fandom. So I need to start moving on that. I've watched four of the, what are they called? Musicals. So those are done and off the book, but I've got a couple others to get. I need to swing by the library and pick those up. Roll of a Lifetime, I haven't really even started on it. I guess I could. I just need to pick one and start going. Maybe I'll start that this week. Maybe I use maybe I will use Put a Bird on It for that and get that started. Right now I only have 6 pieces listed on my 26 for 2026. I'm trying to use that only for monthlies because they double dip. We'll see. And then I need to get fabric out and cut and potentially dyed for the Broadway Sal. There's a lot of things that I need to come in through here and just kind of like update and put information in because it's just been a little bit of a whirlwind. Oh, I did finish my whip goes. So I finished Victorian Mourning Tree and Forevermore. So those are good for January. I am a little behind on BRRINGO, but if I bring all of the projects, like, let's see, I finished Forevermore, I can mark that one off. And then I need to work on KitchenAids, and I need to check what the last 3 days are because I haven't been online because birthday weekend. But yeah, so that is what we're looking at for next week. All right, I think that's everything for you. So we're done. We're moving on. I will hopefully get a chance to film throughout Stitch Away this next week and show you a little bit of that. I've never been before, so we shall see. Those of you that stuck around this long, thank you so much. It's been so great hanging out with you. Feel free to comment below. Don't forget to throw out your picks for next week. And I said that I would start including 5 pictures of whips so you have something to choose from. So here's picture 1. So this is an option to choose for a whip. You could also pick option number 2. And all of these are just kind of random. Here's picture number 3. So none of these are anything that I've specifically pulled out, like, yes, I need to work on them, I want to work on them. Here's picture number 4. I don't even know what they are right now. I'm just going to go to my computer and just kind of throw them out there. And then here's picture number 5. So if any of these call to you, feel free to put those in the comments. If not, feel free to grab any of my whips, throw them out there, I don't care. And whatever it spins on, that's what I will stitch for the following week. So thanks for hanging out, guys. And I'm gonna get off here and go edit and put this up, and hopefully it'll be up for you for tomorrow. So later. Coming closer, know that I'm a mess. Tangled up in wires, I can't catch my breath.